Hello, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Wow, you guys are still awake. And yep, I am going to, before I end November 20th, actually, it's already November 21st here in the Philippines, but we are going to talk about what happened to our stocks yesterday, technically, November 20th. So this is for our November 20th stock market insights. So go ahead and share your stocks and I shall review them for you. Otherwise, I can go ahead and check out some stocks that we have here. Okay. So I would first look at the stocks with the highest number, with the highest number of trades in today's market or yesterday's market, technically November 20th, and we'll go through them one by one. So to do that, all you have to do if you're in the Instagrams, we go ahead and click all stocks and click trade over here. So we start from top to bottom, okay? Because this one, for instance, DMC had 6,290. Okay, 6,290 trades. And let's see what happened here. Okay. Wow, this is not a good story for high M's. Yup. This is not a good story for DMC, but let's try to check, okay? So this is the challenge, right? Because even though the concept says that while the price is moving downwards and we see something like this, we are entering a possible bounce. But really, sometimes it could go, continue to go down and show us the same pattern. But let's try to check the next possible area of support now that it has broken out of our area of focus yesterday. I think I mentioned something about 7.48, and then all of a sudden this massive sell-off happened today. What happened here? Let's check out the news. But okay, I wonder what happened here. So let's try to check the 15-minute chart. Oh, so let us say you are trading this stock. Let me see. At which point could you have exited this trade? Okay, so this is what's interesting. So 1500, 3 o'clock. Oh, here, 20th. Okay. So it just... okay. This could have been... So if you are using a 15-minute chart, M's, this is for you because I think this is your stock over here. Where could we have exited this trade? Let's try to figure it out. Let's try to decode what happened today. Okay, so these thing over here, so I tried to, this is around 10:45, 10:30, 10:15, 9:30. Okay, so last Monday, okay, last 15 minutes before the market ended, it did a gap up over here. So same concept. If there's a gap up that happened, normally it will revisit that gap and fill that gap. Now, over here, just one candlestick. This was really a big trigger here with the high selling pressure. So 15-minute chart, right? This is one candlestick. That could have been our um, trigger here. So this was your support. So when the price reached this level, we could have, let's say, 3 to 5% from this to here. We could have already exited that trade. Now, my question though is I have no idea at what price point you entered in this stock, but definitely let us just assume, okay? Let's just assume you entered around this area where you had that consolidation, where you had the support, for example. The first time in this candlestick, that was already our trigger. But okay, if we are going to go back to the daily chart and you are in DMC as a long-term investor, I would have to say you will not, actually, you won't mind this because DMC is a very stable company. And then your RSI is also showing an upward direction. So I might say this, there's a massive breakdown in price, like 8% in the Philippine market is already big percentage in terms of dip. So it won't be that much anymore. It might go down further a little bit, but with the pattern that RSI is giving us, I would have to say it won't be that deep anymore. Okay. Hi Rose. The company was suspended. What? Let me see. Suspended. So let's check out. Um, I should see that in the PSE Edge. Okay, let's check. Oh, this tool does not allow me to open another tab. Okay, but go ahead, guys. I may not be able to open it because this is a unique setup in YouTube. I'll go ahead and check. So you mean, Rose? I have a question. The market, when the market ended today, DMC got suspended. Is that correct? I didn't see anything in the news here. Interesting. Let me just open it on a separate window. You can also do it, guys. PSE Edge. DMC suspended hot. I don't see it though. November 13, 2019. Okay, but yeah, I'll try to check that out as well. But thanks for the info, Rose. Next would be the mining company was suspended. I heard that they were eyed for nuclear plant project. Ooh. Which one? Are we still referring to DMC? Semirara Mining Company. Okay. What's the code of Semirara? Again, I forgot. S here SEC. Ooh. Wow. Here. Okay, so you're referring to Semirara. Simmer's been fined over cold trading violation. Oh no. What does it say? Oops, it won't open. Anyway, let's check out what happened to SEC. Maybe you can open another browser and let's check this out together. News suspended for violation. Definitely. I wonder how many trades happened here. 1,020, 1,200. SEC has been slapped with 1 month suspension and was similarly fined by the Department of Energy for its established coal trading violation. The company disclosed. Oh no! God, charger. Grabe kung makita mo pa ko sa YouTube. Wala pa ko.
I see your FB live. Please check.
Message ka. Message ka.
Message ko.
Oo, butang ka. Check mo. I'm back. Sorry guys. My laptop died. Are you still there? Okay. Hello. Alright, so Rose, I will check your. Let me check your JFC. Okay. Please let me know if you guys are still connected. Okay, let me know if you're still connected. Either way, I'd like to continue. Let's talk about JFC. JFC. Okay, we're slightly higher. We're slightly higher than the support that we have plotted. So I would have to say, yes, it'll create a stabilization around the 202 level. So we were very conservative in our expectation the other day. I said it might go down to 188, but uh, GFC is so eager to go up now. Looks like it. So for those people who are interested in this stock, I would have to say safest would be the 202.3 level. Okay. We are still at a cheap level given that we're here at the oversold level. We're at lower than 30 in RSI. Okay, so it is still safe for JFC, and we might see some more upward movements in the coming days. Let's check out this time Ali. Ali. For Ali, yay! It's a bounce. This is a bounce over here. Okay. So anywhere from where it is at right now, in between 45 and 44.92, 45.70 and 44.92, you are still at the safe level. That was a 1.5% increase from the previous day. So this is the support that we see, because for 3 days it has been hitting that area. So good job. Looks like we're facing a possible reversal soon. So this is a support, validating this support that we have created. Next one is Meg. For Meg, I would have to say I'd stay away for now because it is triggering the lower Bollinger Band, and it might test two areas. This one and another one here. Very near each other, but definitely it will test that. It might continue to go down before it creates that reversal. Okay, let me just invite. I just realized I have not invited some of our friends in Facebook, in our Facebook page. Let me just ping them very quickly. Okay, next one would be SMPH. For SMPH, yes, looks like we are right in our inference here. This is the support. Let me see. Interesting. So let me remove this first. So this is what I want to do. I want to create an ascending triangle here. This is your condition. Okay. And then you create your mini resistance over here. So your condition is the moment the price starts at this level, much higher price, and then continues to go up, then that means you have a breakout play. And then when it does that, normally the pattern would look like this. It will go down and then goes upward again. So that's normally how it is. It tests the brand new support because this used to be a resistance over here. And because we're moving in an upward direction, normally your support also follows the same pattern. It goes in an upward direction as well. Now, but so we're still not in a very safe zone because we're still inside the triangle. In the event the price starts, let's say here, and then most of the action happens below that, then that would mean it might continue to go down and try to test your resistance this time, and then will continue to go down. So these are the two areas to watch out for when it goes out of that triangle. Okay. Hi guys. We are live. I'm just sharing our live today. One moment. Okay, let's continue. Next would be that would be all HC. All HC. Oh, all HC also triggered the lower Bollinger Band, so I will not recommend, as it might continue to go down. But this is where I want us to also focus our attention at the 3.36 level or 3.35 level. That's also fine. It might test that area first before it goes up. So I would have to say, if you are interested in this stock, wait for a little while as you might get it at a much lower price. Okay. The next one, let me just check our stocks here. I'll also check the, so ICT, what happened to ICT? Okay, starting to trigger that MA20 line. We ended above the MA20 line, so there's a big chance that it might continue to go up. Our RSI is still at a healthy level, so it might continue to go up, especially because it created a sideways movement the past few weeks. Okay, so if I were you, I'd plot a Darvas box here. Where's the Darvas box? A Darvas box is you just plot an area where you think would go range trading. I mean, that would be best for range trading. Okay, let me just do it here. Okay, so if you want, you can test it out. And with the Darvas box over here, when the price touches this lower line, you can use that as a support. And then when the price bounces upward, then good for us. But if price breaks down, then of course that's the time we also cut our losses. So this is perfect when you see a pattern where it shows sideways movement. Then you can just do range trading. BDO. Good bounce for BDO. So this might continue to go up. It bounced at this level, and then it will most likely continue to go up. Okay, but if you can get in near the 155 level, even better, right? So that's the support, 154.99 or 155. Did I talk about Ali? Yes, I did. I talked about BPI. Not yet. Okay. So BPI has triggered the lower Bollinger Band. So let us first check because whenever a price ends outside of the band, that means it might continue to go down. So I'd have to wait and watch out for the price action around the 89.58 level or 89.63 level. Okay, so be extra careful as it might continue to go down. MBT. MBT, I still would like to stick to, this area as a resistance. Yep, it might cross the MA20 line one of these days. It might rest. This is what we call as an area or a time when your price is just resting. JFC, we have created that support. AGI, be extra careful because it might continue to go down. It's giving us that rejection whenever it touches the MA20 line. So be extra careful. It might continue to go down. Okay? URC. URC is also trying to test, when most of the action is already happening in that area where you have the resistance. That means buying pressure is starting to dominate. And let us say this stock starts the price around 154 and most of the action happens on the upside, then chances are we will experience some breakout play. Okay, next one would be, I already talked about SMPH, URC, I also did that. Meralco. Meralco, oh my, what is happening to Meralco? Continues to go down. Okay, so I'm saying here, what I'm saying here is, of course, this now should be in your watch list. I'm not saying you'll buy right away, right? But this should be in your watch list because I see price giving us it's slowly giving us that momentum. Okay, but I'm not saying you buy right away. I suggest wait for a confirmation that this now is going to end its downward movement, and our trigger is when this, let's say this is the candlestick, right? Within the next three candlesticks, okay, within the next three candlesticks, those candlesticks must engulf this one. Meaning when you say engulf, which means it must be higher, it must end higher than this candlestick. So let's say the highest point of this candlestick is around 330.94. Within the next three candlesticks, it should end higher than that, around, let's say, 335, 336. So that would mean, okay, we are now going to have a reversal. Perfect example is this one. So this stock ended outside, right? Back in May 16th, on May 16th. Then the following day, this is day 1, May 17th. The next candlestick that's red is May 8, May 20. Sorry, 17. Yeah, it's a Friday, May 20. And this is the third candlestick, higher than the previous candlestick. So that confirms the uh, reversal. And it did. But of course, it created a support first. But overall, let's say you bought it somewhere in between. This could already be how many percent of gain? This could already be a gain of 6%. Okay, so that's my simplest way of explaining it. I hope you got the concept. AC first. AC. For AC, I would have to wait. Maybe it's just grading, and it is creating a stabilization around the 818.53 level. I'd have to observe first. So there is an engulfing. Okay, it engulfed, but I would have to say it's just creating a stabilization around this area before it continues to go up. But again, if you want to get in, I'd say 818.53 is the area, but if it goes lower than that, make sure you have already created your exit plan, like your cut loss strategy. JGS. JGS, it kind of respected your MA20 line. So let me create this as, what do we call this? An ascending triangle. Okay. I'd create an ascending triangle. There. So if it opens above that, then good. We now have a breakout play. Or if it goes lower than that, then make sure you exit. Apply your stop loss levels. SM. SM, I'd say this is your safest price. 1051. Your MA20, that's where I wanted to plot my support. It's actually slightly higher. So you have another. Okay, this is because the reason why I said that I moved it a little bit lower because I saw a resistance here. And then, of course, it's also near MA20. Yep, that is it. 1048.70 is an area to watch out for. Okay, the next one is ACEX. I'd stay away from this stock because it triggered the lower Bollinger Band. Interesting, because for the longest time volume is really low, and then all of a sudden there's this volume. I'm not sure what happened here. Quarterly report, but it happened 8 days ago. So be extra careful because this has been on a climb, bullish movement for how many days or even weeks. Now it's resting. So it might go back to where? Let's see. Maybe this area. Okay. That could be the next possible support. See that? It's an area, so it could be slightly higher or slightly lower than that. At least we have an area to watch out for. Okay, 8.96. That's the area. The next one. All stocks. ACEX FGen. Oh, triggering the lower Bollinger Band. Slightly higher. Okay. So I still would want to watch out and see. I want to follow the Bollinger Band trading strategy. We're still outside the Bollinger Band, so it's not safe yet. AEV, still the same as Same story as well. So I'd wait around this level, 49.69 level. I'd want to wait there, or 49.85, that could also be. So I'd wait there, see if there's a possible bounce in this area before we get in. The next one, so we also talked about, I think Rose, thank you for sharing this, suspended for violation. So I'd stay away for that from this. AP. AP triggering the lower Bollinger Band. So where could that stop? Okay, let's do it here. First area to watch out for is 35 pesos area. 35 pesos area is the next possible support that we should observe. I'm not saying right away you enter, but of course, see if there's stabilization around that area and it gives us a confirmed bounce. Next one is um, home. Home over here. Interesting. I'd have to say we just had a breakout play here. This is a bit high because some people have taken profit here and then it just moved downwards. So I'd still want to wait around the 11.47. I don't want to chase that. I'm too scared of you know breakout plays because sometimes most of the time it does not get sustained, and a day or two after that people take profit. But again, given that I am using a Bollinger Band, the possible area of bounce would normally happen at the MA29. RLC moving downwards as well. Where could it possibly stop? Here. Yeah. 25.22. 25.22. Oops. 25.22. There you go. That is a possible area of support. Okay. Wow, interesting. You guys are still awake. Or I just don't know where you guys are located. For me, my shift just ended late. That's why I'm still awake. Okay, so let's continue. I already talked about RLC. Let's talk about MPI. MPI, I wonder if it is a stabilization that it is trying to create right now. Let's check it out here. Could that be? Yeah, this could be an area to watch out for because look at that. Line is just giving us a straight, this stock is just giving us a straight line in terms of price, but your RSI is already giving us an upward movement. See that? You want to see the there. How do we make this move upwards? The next one would be SecB, Security Bank. Your resistance. You're near the resistance, guys. This is the resistance that we see. It's an area, so it's really close. Slightly higher or lower than that. Treat that as a resistance. So it might potentially rest. So don't enter yet. Okay, so we just had a breakout play for this one. Yeah. This is a breakout play, right? So it started higher than that and then it moved. So I would have to say that it might give us a formation or a pattern that looks like this. Where did it go? Hold on. Why can't I see you guys? Okay. Anyway, so that is Costco. We had a breakout play for Costco. Tell. Tell is still doing some sideways movement. So if you have the fonts and you're not very particular with if you're not very particular with you know taking profit anytime soon because you are an investor, this is already a good time to buy because uh, TEL or PLDT has been on a downward movement for multiple weeks or even months. But for the past months, it's just giving us that sideways movement. That means normally when that happens right after a decline, chances are it will do sideways before it continues to go up. Okay? And let's check out. Guys, don't be shy. I just can't see your requests though. There you go. US stocks. Alright, let's check out US stocks as well. Okay, let me just do this. I have that here. Show. Right. Let me see. It should update. Let me check our US stocks. Okay. It's not transitioning yet. Oh, it's not transferring. It's maybe it's just late. I'm now taking a look at it. Um, this is for Goro F. Is it still the same stock? Goro F. What's the spelling? Is it just Goro or is it with F? Maybe it's just Goro, right? Goro. There. Gold Resource Corporation. That's the stock name, right? Rose. Okay. Oh yeah, this is it. Because I have a line here. Let us see what happened here. It has been a long time since we created that. Okay, I'd have to say we're at a resistance level for Goro, Rose. It might possibly rest. Okay, I'd like to plot it here. It might rest before it gives us another breakout. You're currently moving at the resistance area, and then your RSI is already giving us some downward movements here. So that means it might rest. And the next possible support that I see is where? I'd like to plot it in this level. Okay, change that to let's say green, a yellow. Okay, so do you see that? Okay, the next one would be F. What is F? Ford. Okay. Uh-huh. We're not safe yet. Although the market is open, right, as we speak, so we really cannot tell. Maybe it will give us some bullish movements right after we speak. But definitely, this is the area I want to check out. 851 level, as it might reach that level, and let's see for what the price action is around that area before we enter. Okay. GPS. For GPS, also giving a sideways movement. So if you want to get in, I'd say I'd wait for a green candlestick. But given that it's doing sideways movement here, so maybe you can plot a Darvas box. Where could we plot that? Maybe up to this level. Yeah, at that level. So if you want to get in near a support. This is the support that we see. And then when it reaches up to here, then that's just where we take profit. But if you experience some breakdown in the price, cut your losses. Normally I'd put 3 to 5%. Okay. GPS. What about hey you guys, the others who are also in the chat with us, go ahead and share your thoughts, or maybe you have a generic question, basic question about stock market. You can be here. I think Rose is already an expert with consistent uh, attendance to our insights. Many of you guys, I believe, you have already gained that skill uh, to trade the market. In fact, I myself have learned a lot. I'm not say that I'm always accurate, because what I would normally do is right after all these sessions that we are conducting, I go back to it when the market closes, and I check my accuracy rate. And yeah, so far, thankfully, I've seen great improvements in terms of accuracy rate. So I hope you guys are also doing the same. Try to go back to our videos and check whether these insights are correct, and apply those strategies that are good. Okay. Thanks, Rose. It's yeah. I was able to find the F. It's Ford. You know what? I'll check some of the stocks as well. I just recently I've taken profit for my V one, I think around this area before it went down. I was able to take profit, but not that high, because I was already uh, seeing some signs of weakness earlier. I think I used 15-minute chart. Yeah. So I took profit. Let me just check. I took profit at, let me open my eToro. And I just want to share one thing. The last time, whenever I enter overstock.com, I would always end up getting a positive, or get gaining something in my trades. However, there's this one day that I entered Overstock, and that was the day when their CEO pulled out all the his shares, and then right now Overstock has not yet recovered. And um, unfortunately, in that trade of mine, I was not able to do set a stop loss level. So right now, my portfolio is on a negative because it is too hard to let go, given that I already have, a big amount of loss for that particular trade alone, because I was not able to set a stop loss. Anyway, going back to V, I was able to take profit earlier at the 200, no, at the 182.69. I entered at 178.03. I entered 178.03, and this is when 10:30. 10:30. Let me just put it here. Daily chart. I entered 10:30 here. 178.03. Okay, let me draw that line. 178.03. Okay, that's where I entered, and I took profit at 182.69. 182.69, because earlier I was already seeing those signs of weakness. 182.69. It's just a small profit, guys, but because I see that it will potentially go down, so I just did range trading. But I entered that, last October 30th. It took me how many days just for this small percentage of gain? Well, that's how it is. Um, Trading is a game of patience. Oh, that's really nice. Thank you, Rose. I still don't treat myself as a teacher in this area. We're all students. We learn together. Probably it's just that my profession in the corporate world is I'm a training and quality manager for a call center. So probably uh, that's why you feel that I'm a teacher. Yep. Okay. Let me check out some popular stocks, because I'm sure some of you may have not joined us in our live, but I know our followers over at Facebook and here as well, they watch our videos in the morning, so I'm sure some of them are also into these stocks. Let's check out your Apple. Wow, I was my drawing. Looks like it is following the drawing that I did here. So it is giving us that direction. It's moving downwards, so it might rest for a while. We're in a daily chart for Apple, so it's already very steep. And yep, it might continue to give us that downward movement. I'm not even sure if it will be sustained at the MA20 line over here, but if it breaks that price, then chances are it might revisit this area. Okay, that's the reason why probably I made this line, because we see a support in this level. See that it might touch that first. It might test that area. Okay. What about FB, Facebook? also giving us that uh, it created two lines, two areas to watch out for. And it's trying to trigger that, meaning it's trying to challenge that, and we might even break that um, price and experience some breakdown in price. So the next area to watch out for is 190.96. Okay. What about Google? Google also the same, trying to test this line. I would have to wait. I'd have to wait. I'd like to see a green candlestick. Let's say today it ends at this level. I just needed it to have a candlestick, uh, probably starting at 1,291, and then most of the action happens on the upside. Then we can say it's just merely retracing, right? It's just a correction, and it will continue to go up. So those are my conditions. I really have to see a green engulfing candlestick. Okay, I think yep, we're nearing the 1 hour mark. I would like to return or give back to you your time. And for now, I'd say good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. And you have a great one. Let's chat again tomorrow. Bye bye for now.